Okay, I wasn't planning on doing this, so this is probably gonna be all over the place. I wrote like some key points that I don't want to miss. But today is Stillbirth Prevention Day, and so I kind of feel like an obligation to share my story, even though it's hard to talk about it still. Because honestly, I wish someone would have made a video like this when I was pregnant. So I wanted to share like a tiny bit of my story and the things that I think could have saved my son. This is Braxton. See, there's a glare. This is my baby. His name's Braxton, and he was stillborn when I was 40 weeks and 1 day pregnant, so 1 day after my due date. This is all I have left of him, just his ashes. See, that's why I don't do these videos anymore. So I just want to talk about the reasons why I think the number of stillbirths has not gone down in like decades, or I don't even know. So with Braxton, it was the day after my due date, and then I noticed he wasn't really moving. I didn't know anything about kick counts at the time. My doctor didn't tell me, even though he charted that he did tell me at every appointment, but that's a different story. We go to the hospital, and then that's when we found out that he didn't have a heartbeat anymore. And then when you go through a stillbirth, it's a nightmare. It's like when the ultrasound tech said your baby doesn't have a heartbeat. When I tell you, like, it's an out-of-body experience, like, I don't know. I feel like I died, and then, like, my spirit came out and saw, like, this girl. Reason for his death is oligohydramnios, basically low amniotic fluid, which could have been detected in an ultrasound very easily, right? So what I think the first step is to talk about it. Before my stillbirth, I didn't know, I don't even know if maybe I had heard the term, but I didn't really know what that meant. When I went to see my OB after everything happened, his words, he said, yeah, we don't tell moms about it, we don't tell pregnant women about it because we don't want to scare them, we don't want to worry them. I'm just like, can you imagine if we had that approach with everything? Oh, yeah, we didn't tell you about breast cancer because we didn't want to scare you. Like, no, they raise awareness, they do screenings, you know, they do all these things to help you detect it, and yeah. Now let's get into this. This is like one of the first problems. It's like the standards or like the guidelines of ACOG are honestly a joke. Unless you're high risk, what does it say how many ultrasounds you would get? At least one ultrasound, that's it, in 40 weeks. Like, it's no wonder they're not detecting all of these preventable stillbirth. Not only that, not only the ultrasound, which if I would have had an ultrasound like during the last weeks of pregnancy with my son, they would have easily said, oh, his amniotic fluid is low, like maybe we should induce you, you know? Non-stress test, NSTs. Never heard of it until after my stillbirth. Again, I think those are only for high risk. And what I don't get, I don't know if it has to do with like funding or insurance or what, is we have this technology to monitor the baby. Why aren't we using it? This one right here though, this is the one. Like, if I had seen a chart like this, if someone educated me, I'm like sure my son would still be alive. So, and then I'll link these like, honestly, this is from the first journal article that popped up on Google. Like, this information is out there, but your OB won't talk to you about it. They won't inform you. I was a study done. It says prolongation of pregnancy at term is a known risk factor for stillbirth, a known risk factor. Currently, women are routinely offered induction of labor after 41 weeks. That's a week after your due date. Offered induction after 41 weeks to avoid stillbirth, but 1 in 3 women have a stillborn baby prior to this gestational age. And the thing that pisses me off the most, like the thing that makes me the most sad, is that I did everything right. Like in my head, I'm listening to my doctor. You know, he said the best thing to do is to wait for the baby, which, okay, I understand that induction comes with risks sometimes. But then let's go back to like this education. Why didn't anyone tell me the risk for stillbirth increases? Look, do you see the black line? And then if we're going to push moms to go past their due date to go full term, then why don't you at least give us ultrasounds and non-stress tests during those last weeks? Like, it's common sense to me. I don't understand. I don't know why this screen is here. Okay, and then this is ACOG's Instagram, right? Like, sometimes I feel like they just don't give a shit about stillbirths. Like, they don't care about the baby until it's born. This is their Instagram, and my son died in 2018. Like, 2018, 2019. Oh, these are all the things that we posted. Hang on. Wait, so I'll move so you guys can see all these posts, right? This is the Lost Mom community. And at that time, ACOG had